In today's video, we're going to be talking about all the questions you guys had for me regarding the Grand Theft Auto Online After Hours DLC. We've got a lot to get into today, so let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. All right, so our first question today comes from Dakota, who says, do you think the Oppressor Mark II is a test for more Mark II weaponized vehicles in the future? I kind of hope not, but I think the answer is yes. Now, I don't know how many updates Rockstar has left in Grand Theft Auto Online, so I can't say that, they've got so many opportunities left, but certainly if they can make the Oppressor Mark II, they can make any other Mark II vehicle they want, whether it's the Vigilante Mark II for a more modernized Tumbler Batmobile. That would be insane. Could you imagine something like that appearing in the game? I think that would be pretty crazy. Maybe something like an Insurgent Mark II that, is upgraded or has some new exciting feature on it. I'm not sure what vehicles and cars Rockstar could do, but I'm sure that there's plenty in Grand Theft Auto Online that could be really cool Mark II upgrades. Unfortunately, I feel like Rockstar chose the wrong one. The Oppressor was already such an overpowered option for people to have. Now there's a second version with its own, unique features and ways that it is very powerful. So I can't necessarily agree with what Rockstar has done, but I agree with your thinking in that it has definitely opened the door for future Mark II weaponized vehicles. Seb says, do you think Rockstar will drip feed groups of vehicles or one at a time? I dread receiving one old vehicle a week. So according to the in-game dialogue, like the things you're supposed to see on the screen, it looks like it's going to be one vehicle per week. None of the vehicles are grouped together, with the exception of a handful of the older cars that are going to be put on the websites and that are going to be getting new liveries and mods. So like the Prairie, stuff like that. Those are the only vehicles that are grouped together. All the new ones, if you can see my air quote, are all announced separately. So I think Rockstar is going to go back to one vehicle at a time. If you think about it, since this is going to be the last update before Red Dead Redemption 2, they do have a long way to go. And if you really think about it, there's not a ton of new vehicles in the drip feed. In fact, the majority of the vehicles in this drip feed are ones that have been in the game since day one, and that Rockstar are just allowing us to customize and buy off of the website. So they don't have a lot of new cars to play with here. So that's definitely something to think about, and that's definitely one of the most interesting parts of this update too, is that, Rockstar didn't seem to add as many new cars as I thought they were going to. The focus of this update certainly wasn't on the vehicles, definitely more so on the nightclubs and the new things you could do. Charlie Strong says, on the promotion posters, it says Solomon 25/8. Is 25/8 a reference to something happening on the 25th of August? So Charlie, I thought the same thing. And then that actually turns out that that's just the name of Solomon's mix, his radio station and nightclub mix that's going to be coming out next week. So I thought it was something like that too, like something was going to be happening on August 25th. But 25/8 is just a parody of 24/7. It just means that Solomon, goes all night long, basically, all day, all night, all week. That's what that was a reference to. So I think that was a pretty good question. I'm sure a lot of people had that as well. But no, it's just a reference to the mix that is going to be coming out soon. The Greek Beast says, do you think that the Stafford is releasing this Tuesday based on the guest list livery for it? It's supposed to come out next week. I do. So the next week we're supposed to get the Tale of Us, like the new set of DJs added to the game. We're also supposed to get the new radio station. We're going to get one of the new mixes for Solomon. And we're also supposed to get the Stafford. Now, the Stafford is actually going to be used in the DJ sourcing mission for the Tale of Us. So the two basically have to come out at the same time. There's a lot of little instances like that in this update where things are connected to each other, so they can't come out without being released. So the Stafford will be coming out next week. It's going to have new liveries. This is actually one of the few normal vehicles from this update, which I am going to actually enjoy quite a bit. So again, the Stafford will come out next week alongside a couple of other things like the Tale of Us and a whole lot more. Sadi says, do you think that the nightclub income will change from 10,000 to a different amount when the new DJs are available? So I'm not sure if you were talking about that amount going up or that amount going down. Like, is there going to be a drop in population when you add a new DJ? I think the answer to that is no. because then there would be no incentive to switch a DJ. Like, if it's going to cost you population, why would you switch a DJ? Your NPCs aren't getting tired of Solomon or whoever it is, so why would you feel incentivized to switch? So I don't think it's going to work that way, and I don't think it's going to work the opposite way either. I don't think Rockstar put like a higher value on the Tale of Us or made the Black Madonna, have a higher income that you receive per day, because then people would play favorites. I think what Rockstar wants people to do is, naturally change out the DJs as time goes on, just to get a different flow, a different feel, a different look to the club, because it will obviously change the promotional posters and whatnot, and obviously get to hear new music because their sets are going to be totally different. So bottom line, no, I don't think the DJs are going to offer anything, unique in terms of what they can provide. It's just going to be a different look, different music, stuff like that. Martin says, should I allow my nightclub's popularity to fall due to my nightclub warehouse already making a lot of money without having to do a lot of missions? So basically what Martin is asking is, can I just let my population drop? That doesn't make me a lot of money anyways and focus on the warehouse side. You absolutely can, and there's really nothing wrong with that. The only thing you're going to lose, really for the most part, by letting your population drop, obviously you won't get the $10,000 per day, but that at the end of the day is kind of minuscule. But what you're really going to lose out is features of your nightclub. Obviously, people are going to not be in there. You won't have NPCs. You're going to lose a lot of features, like some of the bars will close. You won't be able to smoke inside the nightclub. I think there's a handful of other things that go away once the population drops. For me, I keep it high for two reasons. Number one, I think the promotion missions are fun. Collecting VIPs and whatnot and, celebrities, I think that's kind of cool. But also, number two, I like to see the club like lively and excited. And it makes me, feel like it's an active business. Now, yes, at the end of the day, no one really cares if you have a successful nightclub business. Really, the only thing most people are worried about is the warehouse side. And if that's the case, yeah, go for it. You have no reason to keep up the population. And you shouldn't have to focus or worry on that, because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. King of Kentucky says, do you think in the long run, the After Hours DLC will be a good way to make money? Yes. In fact, I think it's the only way the nightclub stuff is a good way to make money. I do not think it is a good short-term way to make money at all. You have to buy the nightclub. You have to buy the upgrades, the storage floors, the staff upgrade, equipment upgrade, etc. All of that is going to sink you back like $4, $5, $6 million. But in the long run, because it's a complete 100% passive income, yeah, it's an amazing way to make money. It's going to take a little bit, but over time, the nightclub will prove that it is the best way to make money in Grand Theft Auto Online, especially because you don't have to do anything in terms of sourcing, and there's no resupplying requirements either. So yes, it will become the best way to make money. It's just going to take a little bit. Nagy says, when do you think the Terabyte and the Oppressor Mark II will become available? So the Terabyte is going to add like a lot of new content in terms of client jobs and things you can do for your existing businesses, like sourcing and resupplying and stuff like that. So because of that, I don't think we're going to see the Terabyte until all of the DJs have been released. So in case you guys don't know, we're going to be getting drip feed DJs. I think the Tale of Us is up next, then Dixon, then the Black Madonna. So that's going to take us to pretty much the middle end of August. And I don't think Rockstar will release the Terabyte before that, because the Terabyte, like I said, is adding a ton of new content. Drones, client jobs, which are like mini heist missions, ways to source for your business. So it's going to be like almost an entirely separate Watch Dogs hacker style DLC. So because of that, I don't think Rockstar wants to put it too close to the main content of the nightclubs and the DJs. So I think that it will be probably late August, maybe early September, middle of September, before we see the Terabyte and the Oppressor Mark II. Johnny Terrier says, where are the supercars for this DLC? We've got one coming, Johnny. It's called the Scramjet. It's based off of the Street Racer Mach 5. But you're right, there is like a lacking of normal civilian cars in this game, because we've got the Swinger, we've got the Jester Classic. I don't count the Festival Bus or the Mammoth Patriot Stretch as a normal car. None of the ones on Warstock are. So that leaves only a handful of remaining normal vehicles. You've got the Canis Free Crawler, which we've taken a look at in the past. You've got the Stafford, which is coming soon. But other than that, that's about it. Like, there's not just like normal vehicles in this update, which makes it so strange. So yeah, Johnny, there's one supercar coming, but that's kind of it. The Happy Goat says, when do you think the new treasure hunt will go live? So it clearly didn't happen this past Friday, which is when it happened when the Doomsday Heist came out. I'm thinking that, once again, because this is the final update before RDR2, it might happen closer to Red Dead Redemption 2's release to get the hype up even more. So I'm thinking maybe late August, September, potentially even early October if Rockstar want to cut it that close. I think, once again, they're going to wait to get all the DJ stuff out of the way with the radio station and adding them into the game. And then once they do that, Rockstar can focus on, adding some of the other content in the game, including the treasure hunt. So again, I think that will be coming a little bit later on. Rockstar just got to get some stuff out of the way first. And Martin is going to wrap us up today with our final question. He says, could we see Rockstar do more sponsored events like they did with Facebook Gaming? So I think the reason the Facebook Gaming thing is so successful as it is because of what Rockstar is doing for viewers. They are incentivizing people to watch by giving out free money. I feel like if they just did this event on Facebook, it wouldn't do all that great. I mean, Rockstar has plenty of other platforms they could stream on: Twitch, YouTube, etc. But I do think the fact that they are connecting people's accounts and giving them money, that's the real ticket there. We know for a fact they're going to be doing that really over the next 3 or 4 weeks, so there's that happening. But as far as other sponsored events that could include money, I'm not sure. You'd have to look for other social media platforms like Instagram, potentially Snapchat. I don't know. I don't know what Rockstar's plans are, but all I know is this is really cool. It's a great way for people to get involved, and it's a great way for people to make easy money as well. But anyways, that's all the questions I'm going to be answering in this week's Q&A video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I tried not to answer questions that I had already touched on in previous videos. Like, a lot of you guys had questions about specifics on the nightclub business. I've done 2 or 3 videos already on the nightclub business, how they work. So just browse around on my channel. I'm sure you'll find them over the last really 4 or 5 days or so. But that's all I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating on this video. That'd be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.